Hi there, everyone. It's Anthony, and I'm here with the one, the only,
Kyland.
and we are all the way up to season 3 of Buffy. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What do you think? What are your feelings right now? Now that we're up to season 3.
Well, I definitely feel like I feel like Buffy is now like I can kind of see the Buffyverse. You know what I mean? Like the world is starting to build,
Mm-hmm.
as they say. Like things are starting to things a lot of context that I didn't have at the beginning of season 2. I feel like I now have. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I know more about Angel. I feel like I know a lot more about Buffy and hers. I've seen Buffy in more of a melancholy kind of like light now, because a lot of season 2 she was really sad.
Yeah.
So now I feel like, are they gonna keep on going with her being sad, or are they gonna like throw something else in there that she now has to deal with, like another emotion that she isn't used to or hasn't like seen? Like what is it gonna be now? And when we last left off, she was not even in. She left Sunny though, but
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like she's gonna be coming back. I feel like it's gonna be like a thing where she comes back in episode 1, or like maybe they have her like on an adventure type thing, and then like at the end of the episode she returns to Sunnydale for some reason.
Makes sense. That's very interesting. Did you have any other predictions just overall for what's to come this season?
Um, Not really. I mean, I feel like they're gonna flesh out some more with Oz. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see what's gonna happen with him. Like maybe he becomes like, oh, maybe we get to see him full blown werewolf, like, or like maybe he learns how to control his instincts or something
Mm-hmm.
and becomes more of an asset.
Yeah. Right. Well, sounds good. Makes sense to me. I'm looking forward to it. For those who don't know, I've seen the show before. This is basically a rewatch for me. Although, of course, I don't remember every single thing that has happened. So a lot of times it's still kind of like I'm seeing things for the first time too. But since I kind of have an idea of where things are going, I can sometimes, I might provide some extra commentary that Kylan can't hear if I see something that I think is interesting, given what's going to happen in the future. Or I might just try to, I'll just ask Kylan about his thoughts on things that have happened so far. Just to let you guys see what Kylan, as a newbie, thinks of things. I know he doesn't like that word, but I would call him a
Hey
new.
man, newbie, noob, beginner,
Yeah.
novice, Padawan.
Well, all right. Strap your seatbelt in. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 3. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen. So enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into it. Wait, what's the name of this episode?
The Hollow.
The Hollow. So this is Buffy the Vampire this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 3 episode 1, The Hollow. Okay, real quick, I'm just going to cut this in. I don't know what Kylan's talking about. The Hollow. This episode is not called The Hollow, it's called Anne. So, yeah, I don't know what that guy's problem is. Oh, Anne. Her? That's why we didn't get the name right. The famous hand out of the grave.
Yeah, they're starting it off with a banger already.
That's right, big boy. Come and get it. He's getting away! And ow!
And ow.
Wow. He really thought he thought he was gonna Buffy that crap too.
Exactly.
Because I'm wisecracking, okay? I didn't really have a chance to work on that one, but you
They
tried
made Willow's
anytime.
hair shorter.
I'm gonna be busy a lot, but only till 3, and that's when you usually get up.
So wait, Oz graduated last year?
He was a senior last year.
Nice.
I can't believe I can't wait to see Cordelia.
Have you not seen her over the summer?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What, y'all just like iced each other out?
Like, is this first grade? Like, there she is. Yo.
Fantasizing.
stay with me?
Forever. That's the whole point.
Hey, Seth Green. In the intro.
Oh, so he's like now in the intro?
Yeah, he was just in the intro. Didn't you say that in one of the previous reactions? You said
What did
maybe
I
Seth
say?
Green would be a main character.
Yeah, I probably did
season?
say something like that. I feel like I did.
That'll do us, Peaches.
Peaches. Oh my gosh.
That killer instinct.
Well, okay. What can we get with this?
You can get out.
Permanent.
Yeah.
Forever. I mean, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
They're probably gonna be in an argument by the time they leave.
Hey, do I know you?
Seriously.
How was your summer?
Cordelia.
I can't believe you brought that up. Las Palmas was the nightmare resort.
I guess I didn't even really think that Cordelia could have gone to another state altogether.
Then again, he's always been attracted to monsters. How's my hair?
Still good.
She does have reason to be worried about the monsters.
That's true.
That's what summer school was for.
Yeah. Well, you remember when I didn't go?
Wow.
Down, people. Summer is over.
So he's a super senior.
Yep.
And
Oh
I'm
my
starting
gosh.
to be geeky.
They're building this up
Okay,
so
bye.
much. It's just gonna be awkward when they see each
Your hair
other.
is
Yeah,
fine.
seriously.
I'm still sort of stuck on strange.
Well, I'd be willing to bargain down to eccentric with an option on cool.
I like how we go in and out of their conversation.
Good summer?
It was alright.
Cool.
Yeah. That was awkward.
Man, what if they just broke up though, for real? Episode 1.
Right. Uh-oh, sad music's playing.
She's thinking about Angel.
Anne. Buffy?
Uh-oh.
Oh, snap.
Don't be mad. Well, I was in this cult that worshipped vampires. So lame, I know.
Yeah, I
That's
Season
crazy.
2, episode 7.
Yeah.
Lie to me.
I'm no one.
There's another person saying I'm no one.
Yo. And the guy's not gonna stop?
Really? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the driver's just like, oh, somebody just walked out in front of me. Oh, well.
Like, let me just honk and keep on going.
Exactly. I'm just going to honk but keep on driving. If he gets hit, he gets hit.
What is this place called again?
The Bronze.
Oh, I know what
The
she's
Bronze,
doing.
yeah.
They're filming it a little differently this time, though. They never had, like, a shot like that before in The Bronze. Any of those shots.
Vampire Slayer?
Next best thing. Bait.
This man...
Oh my gosh. I really thought he was gonna talk to his girl.
Really, but he's like, oh, no, she'd be perfect bait.
Buffy's the most capable child I've ever known. I mean, she may be confused, unhappy, but I honestly
It'd be
believe
weird
she's
when
in
they
no
call
danger.
her a child.
Yeah.
Wish I could talk to her.
She doesn't even seem like a
The
child.
last thing we did was
Is she the
fight.
one making grown woman decisions?
Joyce,
For
you
real.
mustn't blame yourself for her leaving.
I don't.
I mean, you did tell her if you leave, don't come back, but...
I blame you. I feel like you've taken her away from me.
It's not like he chose her. The street, she just got
She
chosen.
was the chosen one.
He's just doing his job.
I mean, I can definitely see why she'd be mad about that, though. I mean, like, all this going on behind her back.
I guess. But if I'm Giles, I'm just like, yo, man, I'm just doing what I gotta do.
We gave blood lots of times because you get a few bucks.
She makes her look so
And they're
short.
cookies.
Yeah.
Fan of the sugar rush. He's been in the last day or so.
Well, let me check the sheet.
Wait, is Buffy really just that short? Because that other lady made her look short, too.
Yeah, I was thinking she might just be short. Or maybe they purposely chose tall people to make her seem smaller.
Okay, now what's up with that?
Yeah, that face.
It's funny because in real life, somebody would probably just make that face because, you know, they no longer had to smile at the person since they weren't looking at them anymore. But in a show, when they specifically focus on it, you're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Whoa. Whoa. These
Drain cleaner? Yeah, looks like he's dead.
They should have at least just gotten their own name tatted on themselves.
That would have been smarter.
Also would have looked narcissistic, but still.
Old. He looked about 80.
Well, that's not Ricky.
I'm sure it was. Drain the life out of him.
Do you mean like a vampire?
No.
No. Not a vampire.
Is it because of you?
What?
Yo, now she pointing the finger?
You know about monsters and stuff.
Dang, that's crazy. She tries to help somebody and then just gets blamed like that. I'd feel bad too, or mad, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm also sure that she's going through a lot. She probably was just not thinking rationally.
Hey, are you Lily?
Oh my gosh.
Why? Or he was talking about you. Well, someone sure handed you a tall tale. Ricky's no more dead than I am. Why'd you come to family?
What does that mean?
We'll get you
Are
taken
you
care
dead?
of.
This is gonna be really weird. That's the guy from earlier.
Yeah, it is.
And I did get some weird vibes off him.
Candidate.
Candidate for what?
Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
Breaking into your office and going through your private files.
She didn't even
Candidate
flinch.
for what?
I'm calling the police.
Dang!
Now you've got baptism, right?
Not quite the same.
Will I see Ricky after?
Oh, of course.
Oh
He's
my
waiting
goodness.
for you.
I guess she's believing all of this out of her desperation.
That's crazy. It's like, I like how every tense things are just happening all around.
Yeah.
Is everybody packing?
Everybody packing.
This has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, like I needed that cleared up.
All
Go
right,
away.
now
This
they're
is my
back.
hiding spot.
Where do I hide?
You
Yeah.
don't hide. You're bait. Relationship.
What relationship?
Oh, that's right. I
Uh-oh.
forgot. We actually
Wow.
bury that piece of the past, don't we?
Oh my Willow, just
We come to this station to wash
At least
away
she's
the
armed.
past.
yeah.
What's with all the sin? I need to change.
Wow.
I'm dirty. I'm bad with the sex and where's Ken?
I knew she was gonna have to do it the Buffy way.
Don't stick your hand in that.
What? What?
Buffy didn't even hesitate though. She was ready to just jump right down into that, not even knowing what it is.
How hard it is to glue that thing on?
Oh my goodness.
What the heck?
Guard!
Oh, look at these
Jesus.
people.
They spared no expense. Where are they even?
They got slaves.
I don't know. If I were a vampire, my first line of defense would just be to buy somebody.
Yeah, she just fell through the dust.
Oh my. And here they are with that music again.
Yeah, that music is hilarious. Was there still vampire dust in the air though? Like, did they get caught up in their mouth?
Yeah, really. Maybe that was all the more hotter.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You do not complain or laugh or do anything besides.
This
Oh
guy.
my gosh.
Whatever you thought.
It's like a reverse
whatever you
Two-Face.
were,
I'm Buffy, the vampire slayer, and you are?
Dang!
Here we go.
And this is like her first time back in the back in the saddle.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pent up rage there.
It's like a gauntlet match or something. They all just keep
Seriously.
on running in one at a time.
And it's like, why don't they all just storm her? They're all like,
Like-
I'm gonna be the one to get her down. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They're like, okay, now it's my turn. Now it's my turn.
Down there!
Oh, yeah. Legendary shot. They got the light moving and everything. Like,
Seriously.
this is okay. They turned it into a handicap match now. The only thing we're missing is like Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler commentating at ringside.
I guess that would be us.
If God is my witness, he is broken in half.
Oh man, what's gonna happen?
I think I'd like to slice you open and play with them. Let
That's
everyone
mean.
know this
It's really macabre.
is the price of rebellion.
Wow.
Wow. That was smart. She just saw an opportunity.
Dang, Buffy got some strength. She really just scaled that thing.
They'll be coming.
She's been strong.
But nah, she didn't even struggle to get up there. She just like muscled her way up.
Yeah.
Yo, is she lifting this by herself? That's what.
Yeah, I mean, they've showed us Buffy's strength before, but this time they're really like...
Wow, so he honestly killed himself.
Yeah. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea. Oh.
Dang.
He didn't even kill himself.
Oh.
He just
made himself really hurt, honestly.
Exactly. I mean, he might bleed out, though.
Hey, Ken. Want to see my impression of Gandhi?
That was good. That was a good line.
Well, you know, if he was really pissed off.
Can I be Anne?
She just keep on changing her identity, huh?
For real.
It's Buffy. Can you imagine if your child had been gone for like 3 months or something? You just didn't know where they were at all.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's the life of being the Slayer's mom, you know?
Well, I personally thought that was a pretty strong episode. You know, I think it did a good job with sort of dealing with that theme of like, you know, independence, but, you know, also at the same time, you know, I guess having people around, still needing people around you, you know, that care and whatnot. Because it felt like Buffy and what's her name, that girl, Lily and whatnot. Like Lily kind of felt like, in a way, sort of a metaphor for what Buffy was going through here. And you could tell that through Lily's journey and her story and her problems, Buffy learned a lot about what she was going through. And that ended up sort of being a catalyst for her realizing that she needed to go back, I guess, and whatnot. But yeah, overall, I definitely enjoyed it. What did you think of the episode?
I enjoyed it. I'd give it a solid maybe 7 or 8 out of 10 as far as on my Buffy scale. I think there were a lot of Joss Whedon obviously always imparts his own like style on all these episodes, but I do think that in some episodes it's a little bit more like a little bit easier to like see than in some of them. Like like that trick where it's like where she was like, tell me who it is, and then it cuts to the guy that it was, Ken. I think that was that's something I noticed, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm starting to get used to Joss Whedon's like little antics and stuff that he does. So I think it was definitely a good starter, a good way to introduce season 3. I think it kind of like starts off with like this. It makes me think that season 3 is going to be a lot more like season 2 in term not in terms of like the story, but in terms of like like Buffy's
the themes and the mood.
Yeah, like Buffy's mood and like how being a Slayer affects her. I think that now seeing this episode, I think it's definitely going to see like more into I guess it's just more diving deep into how far it pushes her, and the realization that she really doesn't have a choice but to be the Slayer or not, because like this kind of shows like no matter where she is, like she's always gonna have to deal with that kind of stuff, and it's always gonna end up being like her responsibility to fix it, or even if it isn't, I feel like she'll always feel like it's her responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So while Buffy was practicing her independence, but at the same time learning why she still needed to be around her loved ones, everybody else back home was kind of learning to be independent from Buffy because they were out there trying to kill the vampires and everything. And obviously they didn't succeed that much at first, but it kind of worked out at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you think about, like, I guess our other cast of characters this episode, Xander and Oz and Willow? I don't know. What did you think about, I guess, maybe the kind of the growth that they had this episode?
Well, yeah, like, it goes to show why it's called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know what I mean? Like, why it, like, they need Buffy to function if they're going to be doing that kind of stuff. Otherwise, they just have to be regular people.
Yeah.
But I think they were trying to do that to, like, fill, like, that void of her not being there, because, like, at the end of the day, they missed her, and that's really all they had of her.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. It's like not only were they doing that to slay vampires and to protect the city as much as they could, I guess, it's like vampire slaying was in a way all they had left of Buffy. It's kind of like how some people will do something just because it's what they used to do with an old friend, or it reminds them of an old friend. Like that's a really cool thing you just pointed out there. It's like that's all they had left of Buffy and whatnot. So
I think the special effects in this one, like the costuming and the makeup, where I like to see. That's the pocket that I like to see Buffy's monsters at. Like when they're like, it's like, it's just so you can tell it's staged, but it's like it looks clean. You know what I mean? It fits into the whole like theme of everything, and it feels like they're there. It doesn't feel like they're like cheesy or hokey impressions of monsters. It feels like they're actual monsters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they felt grounded in reality, to me at least.
Yeah.
Like they just felt like very, deformed, disturbed people and whatnot. Who's who the monsters inside of them kind of just in a way manifest on the outside of them, but it didn't look like just a goofy, crazy looking, I don't know, creature that kind of takes you out of things in a way. Because sometimes when they do that, it's like you get so used to just seeing, regular human beings that can be kind of jarring, especially if it's not like, top notch special effect quality and whatnot. So
yeah,
I agree with you though. I felt like the special effects in this episode were pretty good. It felt like so far it looks like this episode altogether was just a pretty good step up in terms of production quality from where we have been, because that fight scene was pretty cool. And the camera
even
was,
the one with
around.
with the group, like the group fight scene, like when it was without Buffy, I felt like that was a pretty good fight scene too. Like that first one when he did, when they were talking about him doing gymnastics and all that stuff, that was pretty cool.
Right. And remember in the Bronze when first it had that shot where like the camera was like, kind of I guess like on a jib or something, like it was coming down, and it was like I think it was a one take shot from the top, and it just went all the way around her, and it was just a cool shot that I don't think we've seen in the Bronze before of the performers. And they did like another shot from another angle where we haven't really seen in the Bronze. It seemed like where they were kind of chilling off to the side, and they kind of had a camera coming down on them. So it just felt like they had a little bit higher quality production value overall in this episode.
Yeah. The only thing that really brings it down for me is like, I know I said I knew they were going to come back. I knew she was going to come back in episode 1, but I kind of, there was a part of me that was like, what if Buffy just goes on like a 10 episode expedition through America and she's just killing all these monsters, helping other people out, like, and she's really trying to find herself before she goes back. Like, what if it's something like that? And I kind of wanted them to do that, but I'm not surprised that they didn't. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could pull that off, I guess, if they wanted to. Although it also does seem kind of weird, just given what we know the show for so far. Like, it's not like Supernatural, where like the basis is just moving around a lot and meeting new characters every episode and whatnot. It's like this is such a show that's like rooted in the relationship of these characters and whatnot, and Sunnydale as a place. Like Sunnydale is practically a character in this show. So it does seem like it would be pretty weird to, just all of a sudden not be in Sunnydale half the time and I guess move around other places. But it is an interesting thought though, for sure.
Yeah.
And they did a good job with it this episode. It just I wonder if it felt so cool this episode because it was so novel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I think in season 3 we'll definitely see more of the relationship between her and her mom. I think she's back, but I think there's still going to be a lot of challenges in terms of like her mom being used to her going out and doing all this stuff, and like and really putting herself, because now her mom her mom was already in danger, but now she knows that she's in danger. You know what I mean? And I definitely, and when I say she, I don't mean Buffy. I mean her mom, herself. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like a lot of it is going to be, part of it is going to be wanting to protect Buffy, but also is going to be like wanting to look out for herself in a way and making sure that she's not dead over some vampire stuff.
Yeah, because it's funny when you think about how many times Buffy's mom has come pretty close to dying so far this series and didn't even realize it. Like when she was just arguing with Angel, like, I'm going to call the police on you. I'm going to...
Yeah. Or when she almost got killed by that robot that ended up being like the misogynist robot.
Right, exactly. Or when she went to the school where, Spike and all those vampires ran rampant and whatnot. There's so many times where she just has come very, very close to dying. I mean, like, she even hit Spike over the head with axe or something. I'm surprised he didn't just turn around and murder her then and there.
Yeah, really.
It's funny when you think about it. Like, now that she knows, I wonder if she's gonna if that'll affect the way she she moves in these streets.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
One thing I can't lie. I kind of feel like the writers wrote themselves into a corner with Oz. Like they were like, oh crap, Oz actually turned out to be such a good character, but we had him be a senior last year. How can we bring him back now? So they kind of did this thing where he failed and he's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that to me was a little, I was like, I think it would have been better if they would have just kept him graduated and like how he interacts with her like as a graduated senior. I think that would have kept his character, like, because now I just feel like you really just failed just so you could hang out with this chick.
I don't think his reason for failing was hanging out with Willow more. I think it was just like he doesn't really care that much about school, and he doesn't put forth much of an effort, even though he's like a genius. And so he actually ended up failing. I mean, technically that's consistent, with how they described him in the last season. They always described Oz as being a very intelligent underachiever. So it's not like it's something that just came out of nowhere. But it's still, I don't know the background, but it did. First time I watched it, I was thinking, okay, so did they just say, hey, well, we did say Oz was kind of an underachiever, so why don't we just have him fail so that he can be around, and that'll be an easier way to keep him busy on the show. Yeah. But who knows? Well, yeah, overall, I thought that this was a really exciting episode, and it had a different feel to it just because they were out of Sunnydale so much, and I appreciated that feel for this episode. But I'm personally happy to see, Buffy returning back home, and I can't wait to see what everybody else's reaction is going to be. So,
yeah, I'm ready to react to everybody else's reactions.
Exactly. So I guess until next time, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about this episode. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Oh, and if you're interested, over on Patreon, there are full uncut reactions to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reactions that are being uploaded much earlier than the ones here on YouTube. So thank you for watching. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Or night. Bye.